Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Tonight I have been working on this misty landscape and I realized I really need to work on my pine trees. So I have left one side for us to do some do's and don'ts about pine trees. So I'm going to do a few and see if we can make them better than we usually did. As you can see, it's no masterpiece on these trees, but it was a while ago, and the first tree I did was a disaster, and I will show you what I did. As I start with doing kind of a little stem, so I know where to start, and then I kind of did like this. And of course it's a pine tree, but it's a bit boring. I have forgot about the white that we always need to have in our paintings. So I went back and started to do another one and tried to not do the stem as much, and then kind of did it like this and let the stems go up instead. But I felt soon enough that that wasn't any solution. It looks a bit like a troll we have in Sweden that is called Plupp. He looks like this in his hair. So no, we don't want to have any troll in our woods. So then I think, what is it that you are losing or you have lost? I realized that it was the white space. So again, I started kind of doing a little stem, so I should have control over the length and where my branches go. And then I tried to think and did kind of like this instead. Left some space and started to think how a pine tree actually look. And then it started to get a little bit better. Did some different length and different shapes. And I looked at some trees. I actually took Nico and went to the forest and we were picking some pine tree branches for decoration on my porch. So then I realized that they are kind of hanging down really good here in Sweden, at least. You have different kind of pine trees in US and probably in England too. So but now we are kind of getting there, and it looks a little bit more like a real pine tree. And then of course we have branches going here too, and then we won't see the stem. We have branches instead that is hanging down, so mostly we can't see the stem. And then you can of course go in with some more dark in the middle, so it more looks like it's dark green and shadows in the middle. So these are kind of the pine trees I do on when I do wet on dry, sorry. And I want them to really, you're really going to see them like it's in the front of your page. And nearby. Then when we are going higher up in the ground behind and we have a lot of space between us, I like to do them wet in wet. So I often do like this. I do my, instead of doing color, I do my stem in water. Now you can't see it, but we can maybe take some color in it so you actually can see where I put the water. You can also do all of the space if you would like to. I will show you that too. But this is so it can bleed a bit but not overdo it. So now you need to think that this is water, and then we are going in with some color, and I can just do dots like this. And it will kind of spread by itself where I have put the water. Then it looks a bit more distant and soft. Sometimes I forget about things, and like this I was kind of just sitting down and was going to do my pine tree, and then suddenly I realize, wow, I have forgot how I do this. I haven't it in my muscle memory yet, so I need to practice. so then you don't get all the small branches, and it will be more soft and can kind of do the ground a bit, so it looks like it's growing down in the ground a bit. But then of course you can do kind of like this and do all of the pine tree in a wet area. So then it will bleed a bit wild, and you don't really know what's going to happen. So you need a small brush to kind of try to control it a little bit. If you're going in with a big brush, it will be kind of a big blob. So you can still get branches, and just think that you don't need to do them as long as you used to, because it will bleed away and make some long branches anyway when it follows the water. Dabbing off my brush a bit so it won't have so much water on it. Soft, nice bleeding. And then you can decide if you want it kind of darker in the middle, you can go in with a little bit more color. You can still see that it's a pine tree, but and if you want to, you can leave it to dry and then go in and do some more branches on them, so it's easier to see. Kind of something in the middle, a bit wet and a bit dry. Then it gets a bit kind of more rounded, but you still can see that it's a pine tree, I hope. So go and practice your trees if you don't are sure on how to put your brush. I realized quickly that I didn't. But I did go in with my paper towel and was kind of able to save it. So when it has dry, you can kind of go in and do some more branches and maybe do it some bigger, but you can still make it more look like a real pine tree with the branches and save the day. We all need to be able to make pine trees now when Christmas is coming. These are perfect to do a little Christmas card. So I'm thinking we maybe can do this. Do some fun Christmas cards together. Is that something you would be interested in? Please let me know. Or if there's something else you would like me to try. As I said earlier, I'm not a professional or an expert, but I like to have fun and try things. So I hope we can learn together and don't put water drops on the wrong place. But I use a bit of cheaper paper that I have bought on Amazon, so I can really practice and don't have a bad conscience for using up expensive paper. So just for trying out the muscle memory and things like this that you need to try and doodle and just try out to maybe put how you put your brush when you are going to do different things. So then it's nice to have a bit of a cheaper paper so you can practice some brush strokes and feel how you put your brush. Doing leaves or maybe just kind of making a circle. Just to learn how the water works on a specific paper maybe. Or if you have a color that you're not used to. Then I can just maybe sit and a whole day and kind of work my brush and write or do some fun scribbling. And try out water, how much I need for something to flow. So try to not always think that you need to do a painting, full painting. It's important to learn your brushes and color and your way to move with your hand, and if you should maybe use all of your hand, or if you should maybe put it down on the table and get some sturdiness from the table. And different brushes are different hardness. They are, some of them are soft and some are very hard, so you need to work through your brushes and try to feel what you have and how you should use them best. And you don't need watercolor paper for that. You can use whatever paper that is a bit thicker, so you won't be struggling with warping. So go practice and play, and maybe concentrate on making flowers one day and pine trees another day, and writing maybe one day, doing different kinds of marking, just maybe how to paint thin lines and how to paint them a bit thicker, and if you need a really thick one, how much you should put down your brush to get them as thick as you want. Just something like this is really nice to have in your spine when you paint, to know how your brushes works and how much you need to put on some weight to get them the right size you need. So that was just a little practicing together, and I hope that you don't get afraid and stop painting because you don't get it right the first time. This is like everything else, you need to practice and practice and practice. So I hope I will see you soon again. And if you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I like to have some discussions with you. So give me a tip, and if you have something that you want to discuss or think that I'm doing totally wrong, please let me know. I'm always up for good advices. Thank you for watching, and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.